Hey everybody, this is Brandon Ford and welcome to the Blind Range Podcast. I'm very excited to have James and Tony with me back again. Say hi, guys.
Hello again.
Hi there, how's it going?
Fine and dandy, like cotton candy.
Oh. Well, we were talking to the audience. We talked to the audience first.
Ah,
Okay.
hello, audience.
Yeah, we got to get a better handle on this.
Yeah. Well, he's still learning. Everybody, we have to forgive him.
Hello, world.
When we're not doing a Chucky movie, he's just all over the place. He's completely flabbergasted.
It's far too Chucky focused.
Oh, I see how it is.
But we are doing a super fun movie this time called UNCLE Peckerhead, and I introduced both the guys to this one, and they thoroughly enjoyed it, and we're going to get their thoughts and opinions on it and momentarily. But first, I need to get the plugs out of the way so I don't forget, because I tend to do that. I was listening to our Slumber Party Massacre commentary earlier, James, and I completely forgot because I got a little too wrapped up in the Blu-rays that I bought because I was all excited about that.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I'm sure the listeners will forgive you for the one time you forgot to do your plugs.
Well, I'm sure everybody skips over them anyway. But nevertheless, I would like to encourage everybody to please check out my books in both paperback and Kindle editions by going to Amazon.com or the Amazon app on your smartphone, typing in Brandon Ford. Like I said, you'll find my titles in digital and print editions, and you'll also find my Amazon author page. So if you would like to get email notifications about all of my new releases, please just click on the follow button. And yeah, you can also find my titles in audiobook format by going to audible.com or the Audible app on your smartphone, typing in Brandon Ford. If you don't already, please follow me on Instagram at writer Brandon Ford. And I'm also on Twitter and Letterboxd at Brandon Ford. Tony, the Thunder from Down Under, is also on Letterboxd at Tony_the_bear. James needs to get some links up in here. He's not even on Instagram.
No, I know. I've been slacking on the social media front.
But if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, recommendations for movies you'd like me to do with the guys, feel free to email me at blindragepod81@gmail.com. I promise to be a lot nicer than a certain podcaster was to me the other day. But we're not going to go into that.
At least not yet.
Well,
A curse of both his houses.
So have you guys seen anything horror or non-horror as of late?
James, would you like to go first?
Sure, why not? I've been watching the side series of American Horror Stories, and
I don't even know anything about that.
Yeah, it's basically just 1 hour horror stories that's just their own little entity, and
so it's like a Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, pretty much. The first couple of episodes were pretty good. It was a two-parter. The third one was just kind of like but this last one was actually pretty fun. It was about these douchebags in a frat house, and then they post something so terrible that they lose all their followers, and all they care about is getting followers, etc., etc. And then Danny Trejo comes in dressed as Santa Claus and kills them all. So, you know. Yeah, Danny Trejo. And I also watched The Resort on Hulu. It was okay. I mean, nothing great, but it was a total ripoff of 1408.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it's these kids that one of them's a writer. And she wants to write about this abandoned hotel that's on a deserted island off of Hawaii, and they get trapped on the island. And yeah, and it's kind of like the storyline is actually pretty cool because it jumps back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get to the end, it's just kind of like that's the cop out of 1408. It's like even if you leave, you can't leave. And it's just like, ah, geez, come on.
Oh, they did that same thing, and that I think I talked to one of you guys about it, but they did the same thing in that movie that Kevin Bacon did on Netflix.
I think that was me because that conversation sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was with Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the movie, but yeah, that was basically the ending of that too.
Yeah, but that's what I've been watching.
Yeah.
Tony, how about you?
Well, I tend to have a terrible memory. That's why I'm doing a lot more letterboxed stuff, so I can at least remember what I watched. I watched a 1990 movie called Fear, which I hadn't seen in a long time that I liked.
Is that the one with Mark Wahlberg?
No, it's got Ali Sheedy from The Breakfast Club.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I remember that one.
Because I only just discovered Plex, so I've been going through a bit of that.
Nice.
And I watched The Stuff, which I'd never seen before, which was interesting.
I have that. You know what I heard about that movie was wait, what year was that? Like 82?
80s, yeah. It could be 82.
85.
Okay. Well, then, yeah. There's a scene in the movie apparently where a couple gets into bed together, and the stuff is all inside the bed.
Oh, and they use the Nightmare on Elm Street set.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, they use the same set. So you like totally stole my thunder, but that's okay. So The Stuff, did you like it?
Yeah, it was fine. I think it could have been better, like as a satire. It lost its way by the third act, I reckon. Like Paul Sorvino came into it, I think his name was, and it just sort of meandered around a bit. I think it could have been a sharper movie, but I liked what I saw of it anyway.
Anything else?
Nothing that I can remember. I watched Bad Education, which is a movie I liked a long time ago by Pedro Almodovar. So it's in Spanish. But if you can handle that type of stuff, it's a good little gay film noir.
Oh, sounds fun.
It's like what you reminded me of it with the back and forth narration style, and I like those type of movies when it can confuse you in a good way, but when it's trying to confuse you just for the sake of it, then it's a bit annoying. But
yeah, like something's got to meet up at some point. What about you, Brandon? What have you been watching?
I have been revisiting Ash vs. Evil Dead. I started it a while ago, but I didn't finish it. I got like got through the first season, then half of the second season. Not because I didn't like it. I don't know why. I just didn't finish it. But I started again from the beginning, and I'm just now on I think the first episode of season 3. And Bruce Campbell is a very underrated comedic actor. He's very funny.
I agree.
That show is really fun too. And so I like that. I'm enjoying it. I'm interested to see how it's going to end. And I also watched a movie called Starry Eyes, which was very good and very odd.
Mhm.
About a girl who is a budding actress who works at a fast food restaurant, and she goes to audition for a low budget horror film, and she thinks it's a casting couch situation when the director kind of puts the moves on her a little bit, and she leaves, and then she comes back, and she succumbs to his advances, but she doesn't really know exactly what she's accepted to in order to become a star. And it gets more and more and more twisted as it goes on. There's a lot of gory stuff that I got to miss out on because, I didn't have an audio described version, so I just listened to it and then I filled in the plot holes with Wikipedia, the plot summary on Wikipedia. But I was able to follow it pretty well. So yeah, that was really good. And I also watched a movie called American Mary with Katharine Isabelle, which was also really good. Although I didn't really like the ending, but Katharine Isabelle was really good. She's always really good. I like her a lot. But she plays she's a medical student who is in dire financial crises, and she can't pay her tuition. She can't pay her phone bill, and she decides to be a stripper. And while she goes to meet the manager of the strip club, he says on her resume that he sees on her resume that she's in medical school, and he says, I need you to do something and don't ask any questions. So she has to like fix this guy up who's been in some nefarious activities, and then she gets called upon by a woman who had extensive plastic surgery to look like a real life Betty Boop. And
Creepy.
so she introduces Katharine Isabelle's character to the world of body modification. So she starts to perform these surgeries for people who want weird things done to their bodies. I don't think they said exactly what it is, but she did something to this. This is a funny scene. She did something to this guy's penis, and she told him to abstain from sex, and he had to come back for some antibiotics because he thought masturbation would be okay. And yeah, so there was a problem there. But she works on a lot of people, and there were some people who are actually in the body modification community in the movie.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
yeah, it's done by the Salska sisters, who are known for Dead Hooker in a Trunk, and they just did a remake a couple of years ago of the Cronenberg movie Rabid.
Oh, really? It sounded very Cronenberg. This storyline sounded very Cronenberg adjacent. So it's interesting to see that they're fans of his work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're also fans of Katharine Isabelle because they wrote this script specifically for her.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was good, and yeah, that's about it that I can think of. That's of note. So, unless anybody else has any news to share, James.
Not off the top of my head.
No. Tony?
Nothing on this end.
All right. So, are you guys ready to get into Uncle Peckerhead?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I believe if you want to watch along, I believe this is on Prime.
It is, but with ads.
Ah, bullshit. It's also on
Yes.
Tubi with ads. But nevertheless, even if you just want to watch it, I think you should.
It's still a fun movie.
It's a really fun movie.
And even on with Prime, I think it only got interrupted like 3 or 4 times, so
Okay.
so that's not that bad.
No, I would say not. All right, but if you're watching on some platform that does not have ads, I hope you have your movie queued up because we're going to begin with the standard 3, 2, 1 count. Okay, and as always, Tony is going to pound that button like it owes him money. Here we go. Oh,
Where's the money, bitch?
I know, somebody had to make a noise.
good grief. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but we begin with a based on a true story.
Yeah,
Yes.
we do. What is that?
Well,
Like maybe weird circumstances happen around a band's tour. That I
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. I believe that's what they meant, but or it could have also
someone
just been
who
a
turns
joke.
into a demon who eats people. But yeah, I took it as a joke.
I had completely forgotten about it. And I just watched the movie. So.
Here we're introduced to Peck right away after he's just mutilated. I assumed that this was the previous owner of the van.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
And so what did you guys think of David Littleton's portrayal of Peck?
I honestly had. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I quite liked it. It reminded me of, in a good way, if Rob Zombie's characters were likable as opposed to dickheads. So-
You had to
Yeah.
get him.
I was thinking it'd be nice if we could all go around the room and say what
Yeah,
we
I honestly
most
didn't.
about her. I'll start us off.
Scott, you really
I don't know these actors. Like they look familiar. Like I've seen them in other things, but I don't know.
Can send me places.
Well, the guy talking has been in a few shows, like here and there, so he might be a familiar face just for that. But
Excuse my language.
Yeah,
Freaking electric.
but even what's her name? Judy, the actress playing Judy.
Look at me here. I'm babbling on and on. Doris, is there something you want to say?
I don't know if a lot of the cast has been in other stuff, because when you look at the cast on IMDb, there's a lot of
blank
Lawrence's.
faces, yeah.
I am so
Yeah.
sorry to cut
Yeah, so I think the director got some like family members to be in the movie, and this was a very low budget affair. One thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about this too. The band, which I really don't like the name Duh. I think they could. I mean, you got Duh, and then you got the Queef Queens, which is an
Yeah, Queen just
awesome
sounds funny.
name. Yeah, but Duh is just kind of flat. But
As you can see, we're busy today, so what do you
they have a tour planned for four. I think it's what is it? 4 shows with the possibility of a 5th.
I thought it was 6.
Yeah. I
Oh.
think it's more than 4.
Well,
Like, 5 with a 6.
It was at least 5, I think.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'm off. Well, there's the possibility of an extra if he likes their demo. This guy here.
Yeah.
But they all quit their jobs like they're on the way to the big time, and these are their first shows. This is their first tour.
Yeah, but it's just like when you're young and in your 20s, like you have the balls to do shit like that.
But on Brandon's, it was a very quick tour. Like they could have taken a week off and I think fit it all
Yeah,
in.
right? Yeah, seriously. 2 weeks.
All right, Friday morning it is.
I think Judy's very likable.
She really is. She reminds me of somebody, and I can't.
Well, she reminded me of, I forget her last name, but the actress's name is Natasha something from another period. She reminds me of her.
I don't know that.
I don't know. I mean, the actress she reminds me of will come to me, or at least the movie she was in. But yeah, like they're likable characters. Even the bitter drummer, like she's just a hoot.
Mm-hmm.
Aww, he's drooling.
I think it was regurgitating some kind. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh.
I like his line coming up. He's like, I was hungover, so I smoked some weed, but then I got tired, so I had to go to sleep. And I slept
Yeah,
all day.
there's a lot of really funny jokes in this.
High because I hate cleaning. But then I got tired.
Because weed makes me sleepy.
I'm sorry.
Band meeting.
Yeah, there's a lot of really witty dialogue, and I think a lot of the jokes land pretty well. There's one or two that I thought were kind of cornball.
Okay, so jobs quit, bags packed.
The one part that I didn't like,
Strung,
as far as like jokes go, was the scene where they all call somebody a cunt in unison.
Oh, yeah. That was the douche from the other band. Yeah.
Not because I take offense to the word, I just didn't like the delivery. It was too mechanical.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
No way.
I was thinking, I was watching this and kept thinking it reminds me of something that Parker Posey would be in the 90s. And then extending from that, it made me think, oh, this kind of reminds me of a horror version of the show Portlandia. And then that was all set in the 90s, really.
Oh my goodness. I never watched that show, but I remember hearing all about it. Like, a lot of people I knew were all about Portlandia for a hot minute.
Now you're going to hate it if you watch it.
Nah, I've never seen it.
Jen Jennings sees us. Jen Jennings loves us. I give Jen Jennings our demo. Jen Jennings offers us a record deal.
I don't like the joke about
Then we just get to tour and make music.
when they go to the first venue. It's like, can you fill 3 hours? And they're like, we have
We got
20 minutes of material.
dude.
22 with the Misfits cover.
Oh gosh. Like, I wasn't quite sure what to expect, just like with the name of the title and then the image on front, and I read the description. I was just like, okay, this could be pretty fun. And then I was watching it last night. And I was just like, this movie is so much fun. You know, because like it's something that doesn't take itself too seriously.
It doesn't take itself seriously at all.
It's a simple story, and the characters are extremely likable.
Yeah, even Peck until,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, I wasn't sure how it was going to end, but then he sort of started showing a bit more of a darker side. So.
Mhm.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
Okay. Max, I don't want us to look like a bunch of amateurs on our
Yeah.
first tour, so let's practice.
Amateurs on our first tour.
Amateurs.
Because you suck at talking.
Oh, he's so adorable. His social awkwardness.
Horizontal stripes.
Hi, I'm Max, and I'm here to say we're in the band up. And
Yeah, so supposedly he's from Philly, and he was in a band. I think the band
music.
broke up, but I think they put out like 2 records and an EP.
Wasn't that
It
David
might be
Littleton?
indie.
Please stop.
No, the guy who plays Max.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, he might be from like, because there's a lot of people who claim to be from Philly, but they're really from like Jenkintown or Norristown or
I'm
like
just
one of the
joking.
surrounding areas. I know.
I'm joking.
But yeah, Bradley Cooper is one of them. He claims to be from Philly, but he's really from Jenkintown, which is like, it's not Philly, but it's close enough.
It's weird. Do we know those guys?
The van's getting weird, dumbass.
What was in there? I never heard it. the first time.
I didn't. She said my one something.
I think.
I think.
Her one hitter.
Oh,
Weed pipe.
Oh.
I kept thought she was saying her one hair, like her one good wig.
That's what it sounded like to me.
Well, I'm happy to inform you guys.
Thank you.
The only one that smoked pot, apparently.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And seriously, I do love them, but it's just like, who does that? Who prints out a bunch of flyers saying, "Can we borrow your hand?"
Nobody. That's why. That's why this movie's so ridiculous
I know.
in the
I
best
love it.
possible way.
Yeah. This one will be part of my collection.
Yeah, it just came out on Blu-ray, I think.
Nice. Any special features on it?
Yeah.
Sweet.
This is a dumb thing to say, but I like that the van has got windows. Just like it's not one of those predatorial vans that you'd think I'm not going to
Right,
go traveling
vans.
in that. It's
Right?
I always liked the title riding in a windowless van.
oh yeah.
And I wanted to use it for something, but I could never figure out a story that wasn't a little too disturbing for such a comical title.
Yeah.
You guys ripped?
Okay. So who is David what's his name?
That's Peck, David Littleton.
Does that mean that
Yeah, David Littleton. I know, but David Littleton, like, what has he been in?
I don't know.
See, I thought he had been in a band as well in Philadelphia.
Also happens to be my home.
Not that I know of.
You see, in this cutthroat
Um,
capitalistic world in which we now live, your boy
So apparently he's also a writer, too.
No.
This was shot in Jersey, so I think it was Jersey. So probably wasn't too far from Philly. That's probably how Max, the guy who played Max, got cast.
Nice.
Doesn't you see the police right here? And that's
Yeah, just driving by.
yeah.
I can roadie too. I mean, every touring band needs a roadie, don't they? Just throw me a few bucks and pay for gas or whatnot. Well, we could leave right now. What do you say?
And Judy sees the blood in the van, right?
Later.
On the bumper later. But just, come on, people, didn't you go to kindergarten? Stranger danger?
Yeah, but there's windows.
Okay, that makes a difference.
Yes. People can see you getting killed now.
Oh, sorry, I didn't get your name.
My name's Peckerhead.
And she reminds me of Natasha Leone.
Leo.
Oh, yeah.
That is not your.
It's the hair.
Yes.
That is what my daddy called me till the day he
Have you watched any Russian
That
dolls?
guy's giving us a ride in his van.
No.
No.
Oh.
A friend of mine told me about it a long time ago. She said it was really good.
Yeah, I got into that. And then it's sort of one that I just stopped managing to watch, but I would like to get back into it again. It was good when I watched it.
The entire band. It was wonderful to have you on board.
Is it? Did they cancel it? Is it still on?
I reckon it's still going.
Cool.
That's the one
love
thing I
that they
didn't
have
like about the movie.
mixtapes.
Who has cassette tapes anymore?
Well, I think that the timeline is supposed to be ambiguous because nobody really has cell phones, and you see Judy calling to find out about the outcome of the demo on a payphone. So
Yes, I mean they're obviously or probably more than likely going for a '90s feel.
probably, I would say probably late 90s.
I don't want to piss off the
Yeah.
driver. Any chance you could go, I don't know, like 10 miles above the speed limit when we're back on the road?
Like 10 miles faster.
Yeah, don't be such a whiny bitch. You're getting a free ride.
I know, right?
He wouldn't take kindly to a bunch of punks.
You don't know why he's playing it safe, but we do. Yeah, this is where she finds the blood. And like, wouldn't you tell somebody, like, hey, there's something wrong here?
Oh no, but Mel comes along because that's what I thought straight away, because that's sort of the big thing in horror movies is when they know something's wrong and then don't tell anyone else about it.
Oh, horror movies. But I also like that this isn't like a straight up horror movie.
No, it's very much a horror
You've got a lot of
comedy.
night shots, you've got a lot of day shots, you've got some good comedic relief.
Well, to me, it
it's
seems
just-
very much written for the groupie community.
Yeah.
Seeing some of the stuff, because I had friends that were in bands, and I also helped set up band stuff, and it just reminded me of some of the stuff that we had to go through.
Really?
Yeah, and there's a lot of
Just-
t-shirts with the names of really obscure bands on them. So
James Taylor was already taken.
See, your story could be about a band with the title Riding in a Windowless Van.
maybe.
Yeah, there was one time we were at a location and the owner wasn't there, and we rang him up and he said, oh, like after many missed calls, he said, oh, just if you push really hard, you can break in. So he ended up having to break in
Oh.
and set up.
So that's kind of like their experience when they get to their first stop. He's not there.
Just waiting for God knows how long.
Hello, sir?
Are you with the band?
Yeah. Judy. Hi. We spoke over the phone.
Okay.
Just does not give a shit.
Mm-mm.
Well, should we start to load in?
Sure, whatever. It's not like there's a rush. Some guy doesn't get here till 9, and
And what does her shirt say? Help I've fallen.
I
and
can't
what?
reach my beer.
yeah.
I missed that last night. That's funny.
How much material do you have prepared? Can you handle 3 hours with a 15-minute break between sets?
We have 20 minutes of original material. 22 with a Misfits cover.
Yeah, sure. Just play it over and over again.
Well, isn't that what you're supposed to do with sets? You're supposed to play the same.
I don't know where we're supposed to plug in.
Speaking of the Misfits, did any of you guys, or did either of you guys see the what's his face Danzig movie Veronica?
No.
No.
Oh god.
I was gonna say, what was that one with I forgot her name now. Kristen Stewart. She was in a band movie. Was that the Misfits or not?
No, that was the Runaways.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, that was an all-girl band, wasn't it?
Yes.
Tony doesn't know the Misfits?
No. Well, maybe if I heard some of their songs.
You probably would. They were kind of underground. No, but the guy who was Glenn Danzig, who was the front man, wrote this terrible movie called Veronica, and it's an anthology film, and it's very, very poorly done.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
Veronica.
With a V at the
Veronica.
beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think my best friend probably saw it. She was a huge Danzig fan. So.
Glenn Danzig, from what I understand, is somebody who takes himself very, very seriously. But I remember Veronica and The Fanatic both came out around the same time. So you had two really, really bad movies directed by former musicians.
What the fuck am I gonna do with $3?
Wow, it just started pouring here.
Yeah, we're supposed to get some tomorrow.
You guys saw The Fanatic, right?
I
no.
don't think so.
Well, I thought y'all did.
I
When
saw
did
The
it come
Fan
out?
with Robert De Niro.
The Fanatic 2019. No.
Well, unlike, Veronica, which is so bad, it's
That brings our total
painful.
funds to
Um,
$11.
The
Fred
Fanatic.
Durst, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what. Yeah, I didn't see that, but
Stand down.
Oh,
I
it's
know what
so
you're talking
bad.
about now.
It's so bad. And John Travolta really thought he was going to win an Oscar. He was totally pulling a Tommy Wiseau.
Oh, jeez.
And supposedly, Devon Sawa is like jacked in it.
Oh,
Time is it?
Almost midnight.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the new Chucky series.
Is
I
he?
saw that. Yeah.
I'm just gonna use the
Yeah,
bathroom
I'm
before
excited.
we hit the road. Huh?
It's gonna have a Cinderella moment.
Shit all over while you're in there.
Not Devon.
I-
Becca.
Wash your hands.
This was a long time ago, so, you can forgive him.
Oh, The Fanatic is actually on Prime.
Oh, you should watch it.
I just might. Tony, looks like we've got our homework assignment.
Australian
This is a
Prime
long-
might be different.
This is a long time ago, so you can probably forgive him for it. But I knew somebody who worked on Final Destination, the first one, doing
Really?
doing special effects, and
That's awesome.
they had a rat party, and Devin showed up with two girls, like one on each arm, and he was completely sloshed.
Well,
Couldn't
believe that.
talk.
that's
Yeah,
his
I
acting
believe that.
style.
Early 20s.
Yeah.
He was getting past the teen heartthrob thing. And I like that he screams. No, don't look at me! Don't look at me!
Just say get the gay guy to suck out the petrol. Though.
I know, right?
Well, it's what we do best.
Indeed. It's like that line from Elvira. I haven't had any complaints yet.
Oh,
Could
by the
suck start
way,
the leaf blower.
this is probably gonna be out by the time this episode is posted. But Scream Factory is putting out a I believe it's 4K Blu-ray of Elvira's Haunted Hills.
Ah.
I started that. I didn't finish it.
Yeah, it's not that good. But I mean, it's worth watching for Elvira. I pre-ordered it because Elvira, and you know, hopefully there'll be some special features that she's included in a commentary track. So,
has she been in any movies not as Elvira?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a
She
bunch.
has?
Yeah, she's been in a bunch of stuff.
Can you name one?
Speaking of Natasha Lyonne, she was in a movie with her called All About Evil.
Oh, okay.
And she plays the mom to this the kid who was in one of the Terminator movies, one of the more recent ones, or this might have been the series. Yeah, she played his mom.
Sorry if you can hear my big gulps.
Oh, Thomas Dekker. I always had a
Yeah,
huge crush
there
on
you
him.
go.
I don't know what it is about him.
Oh, I think we know what it is.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
All right, y'all, come on. We gotta hit the road soon. We got other towns to rock. And
Sound like it's nothing. Yeah, sure, this is totally normal.
Like, don't know if I'd know it too well, but I kept thinking he's got like a bit of a Baltimorean accent.
No.
Who,
No.
Peck?
No, that's a redneck.
It's really fucked up in there.
Where's the key to the van?
I think he's putting it on. I don't think that's his voice.
an explanation is, oh, but that is my van out there. Now, let me buy you some dinner. And then if you still feel that I'm in the wrong, well, we can unload your stuff and go
I know James probably doesn't want to hear this, but I got kind of sort of little echoes of the Greasy Strangler with this, with the Peck character a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
In what way?
Well, the Greasy Strangler does kind of like turn monstrous, and he's an older guy, and you know,
Yeah. Excuse me.
and it's kind of you know, splat stick comedy like this one. Although the Greasy Strangler does go a bit further than this one does.
Just a little.
I guess I should have been more forthcoming about
onion
my
rings.
condition.
And exactly what condition would that be, Peckerhead?
What?
Yeah, no.
Well,
Deep fried onions? Come on.
I'll pass. Thank you. You could have mine.
I'll have yours.
Okay.
now, I don't know what that thing is.
Do you know what Funyuns are, Tony?
On your feet?
Started, but it
What?
Those are bunions.
What? Yeah, what was the question?
Funyuns with an
No,
F.
I haven't. I don't know what Funyuns are.
You don't have Lucky Charms. You don't have Funyuns. You might as well live in a third world country. Not that I'm really big on Funyuns, but Funyuns are kind of like
I am in complete.
processed onion rings that you can get. They're like chips,
Okay.
kind of.
It's all deep fried salty, but without the onion.
With-
It's basically
Really?
just a solid.
Like batter.
Yeah,
Well, it's like an onion.
It's a solid ring.
It's an
That's all it
onion.
is.
It's an onion flavored salted ring without the breading.
Yeah, yeah.
And without the actual onion.
Yes, there you go.
And after a whole bag, your mouth will be on fire. Not because it's spicy, but
And
just
you're-
because it's so freaking salty.
And your asshole.
I use this for shooting dope.
Well, what? How do you eat it?
How do you think I
Oh.
control this thing, huh? I use
Well, you know, they say things rectally taste better.
And if you drink rectally, then you can't get breathalyzed.
All right, let's settle down.
Tonight.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't think it was
Yes.
right for some joker to take advantage of my friends like that. And when I saw how worried Judy was about getting to the next
Oh, eat the
show,
damn pancakes.
lack of funds for gas and food. Well, I mean, I had to do something. So I stuck
I know, there was, like,
up for
giant wedge
all
fries.
of us.
And like how Max is the only one that's eating.
Yes.
Realize that some might think that's an extreme response, but
Oh, she's holding a fry.
I do love a wedge.
Well, we didn't get paid.
I used to love the KFC wedges. Although I haven't had them in a while.
Can I just have that stack of money, please?
there's enough
I thought you wanted the onion rings. What?
and food.
Well, can I have both?
Money can buy lots of onion rings.
Exactly, and fried pickles.
Understand.
Ew.
Scared. That must have looked. But I got this. Please.
James, what other snacks do you like? Maybe they don't have them in Australia.
Now you're just taunting me with this.
Right? Oh God.
I'm gonna go pay for this.
Corn chips is always a good go-to.
Oh my god. If you don't have
Nachos.
corn chips.
Sandwiches,
What?
nachos, yes.
No, but no, that they're not the same thing.
Well,
Corn
aren't
chips,
and
like
Doritos?
Fritos.
Come on, Judy. I think we should give him another chance.
Nachos well, nachos you have to have like cheese and like some kind of a dip.
Yeah, you got queso and you got chili.
And then but they're tortilla chips.
Judy,
Yeah,
wouldn't have
I
Um
love tortilla chips.
he called us his friend.
No.
Jeez, I don't know.
Let's take a vote.
Um,
All in favor to let Peck stay on with us for the time being.
trying to think of things that I snack on. I don't really snack a whole lot.
you have Pop Tarts?
We do, but they're not. They don't fill the shelves. They're almost specialty item.
Granola bars?
I guess so. We've got muesli bars, which
Muesli bars?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend like I know what that is too.
Just smile and nod.
We've got Krispy Kreme, but
Sun's up, darling, not a monster in sight. What are we gonna do?
Remember Dunkaroos, James?
Continue to let him
we had them for a little while.
Uh,
and pay for
Dunkaroos, Dunkaroos.
You have them, Tony?
We had them, but I don't see them anymore.
snacks.
This was maybe like 20 years ago. Yeah, 20 years.
They were kind of like those little they came in like those little packets with their like kind of
Oh,
like the
those things.
with like the
Yeah.
crackers and cheese. Yeah, and they had the kangaroo, like they were like animal crackers with and you dip them in like
Fucking horrific.
This icing sauce.
yeah, it was
This
yeah, it was
little
basically
frosted-
like
yeah.
icing.
No, I mean like
Yeah.
what do they look like?
Never had them because we were too poor to afford them, but I remember them.
Ripped, like Incredible Hulk, or did he like turn into like a sexy panther? Like
Jeez, I have not thought about those in
no.
What
probably
about
20 years. Yeah.
What about fruit
Brandon thinks about
roll-ups?
them every day.
Well, because you know I love all things Australian.
yes.
It's tough.
What
You'll
about
have
fruit
to
roll-ups?
dunk your biscuit in.
Oh my God, settle.
Could turn on one of us.
What is going on?
No. I mean, he seems to have
I feel like I'm like the kindergarten teacher here.
Yes.
I have to
yes,
keep you
are.
wrangled.
I feel like they shouldn't put a black light on those sheets.
Oh.
It's just lying on hotel bedding.
I know.
Although, do you know
Say,
apparently where you'll find the most sprog in a hotel?
I shudder to think.
Under remote
remote.
control.
Yeah, I heard that.
Ew. I use those things.
What do people taste like?
And I'm sorry, pooping is a solitary activity.
Yes.
No one should be in the bathroom when that is happening.
David Sedaris actually wrote about that in one of his essays, in one of his books. He found like a wad of dried spunk on the remote in a hotel he was staying at when he was on a book tour.
Oh, God.
I think it's more people come in their hands and then use the remote as opposed to blowing onto the remote.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the transfer. But
They
come
watch the
on,
hotel porn.
Clean yourself up out.
Did
Clean yourself
you-
up after?
Did either of you read that that Stephen King story about the maid who fuck. It was like there was like a famous author who stayed at the hotel and she was like obsessed with him or something and he jerked off in the bed and then when he left she went and lapped it up. It was
No,
When
really
you say
good.
lapped it up, do you mean
House of Independence, this is a mirror.
like licked it up?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I think it was like dry and she was eating it or something. It was really not good for me. But Stephen King is one of those writers who'll just like get like the weirdest idea and just run with it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it'll get published.
Yeah, I believe that.
There's a really short time period that the juice can be out of the balls and then consumed. I don't think I could have like minute old come.
Oh my God.
No.
What is going on?
I mean, yeah, it's hot in the moment, but after you're done, you need to
Okay,
get cleaned up.
settle.
You brought it up.
Brandon, you've got 3 gay guys, you know, talking virtually. It's gonna come up once in a while.
In a movie
So to
called
speak,
Uncle
right?
Peckerhead.
Oh, by the way, I really think that we should do a porno movie or a movie or like a legit like horror movie that has porn in it.
That's gonna be a challenge, but I'm game.
Well, I think that the reason we talk about it is because there's no sex on the screen. If there is sex on the screen, we might be like too laissez-faire.
Too quiet?
No, there is when Judy has sex with
Ah, yes,
what's
with
his
the
name? Nick,
With-
and he starts that really, really, really bad sex talk.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Well, I think that was to show that even the hottest guys in the world have flaws.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Although
you get to a point where you can't control what starts coming out of your mouth.
you could try.
In the heat of the moment, you're just gonna say what you're gonna say.
Yes, there's been many things that I've regretted. Not
As
cackled
long as
over
you don't call out
laughter.
somebody else's name, you're fine.
Speaking of that scene, though, another joke that I didn't like was when she handed him the bill for the Plan B pill.
I didn't think that was a joke. I thought it was just her being a
Well-
strong-willed woman.
Right.
Well, I think it was supposed to be, but it was
It's
supposed to
such
be.
a new character trait.
But you guys can crash in my room. You could probably fit.
He's just all ogling him. He's just adorable. Look at him.
Taking over your space.
This is stupid, but
When he
I kept
jumps in the-
hoping that they'd put his head like in the middle of the circle, so it looked like a halo.
Oh, that would have been funny.
Jackknife.
Well, you'll have to wait and see.
I can't.
No. And he's like, "Hey, look, hey Nick, look at this."
Yeah. Are you watching? Are you watching?
So silly.
I think he's.
Just me, or is he not one of the most beautiful men we have ever known?
Wait.
I know, right?
He's okay.
He's like a baby deer.
A baby deer.
Like a baby deer.
A baby deer with perfect teeth. I think he's
You better fuck
like Nordic or something. I'm pretty sure he's from somewhere.
Well, I'm sure she is.
Nick?
Yeah, Nick.
Are you guys talking about blowjobs? What a fucking
Blowjobs.
He reminds me of this camp counselor I used to have back in the day. Same emerald green.
Oh my
eyes,
god.
Same impeccable jawline. Same inviting
Emerald
smile.
green eyes.
He used to just
That
sit next
sounds
to me at
nice.
lunch. And he would just
Like
sit
Shannon
down,
Doherty.
Ew. Max, have some decency.
I'm partial to blue eyes, but none of that matters anymore. But yeah, I looked him up on. This is so stupid because I couldn't even see him, but I was like kind of my imagination was filling in. My imagination was filling in how hot he was because of everybody's reaction to him, and then I felt kind of guilty about ogling him in my head.
Don't.
And then, but then when that happens, I have to like immediately go, whenever I like think somebody's attractive or have the feelings, I have to go to IMDb and check how old they are, because if they're like even a year younger than me, then I feel like a pedophile.
Oh God.
And he was born in '84, so that didn't make me feel too good.
Me too.
I think he was born in '84, but yeah, I also saw that he was from some other country. I don't know where. I don't remember.
I mean,
That's hot.
talking to you on the phone, I didn't think you'd be so cute. Not that I didn't think that you would be cute. Or attractiveness was the only quality that I thought about. I don't really know what I'm saying right now. I'm sorry. I'm rambling.
No, please. Ramble away.
I think
I
because
just think
Uncle
that's-
Peckerhead is so likable for me in like the first 2/3 of the movie, I was kind of waiting for another villain to show up, and I was trying to thinking that this guy might be the
No beer.
the true villain of the piece, but then he just turns out to be a douche.
Right. I mean, you have the other competing band.
Yeah,
The freaking bullnose thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. But when they're all having like their moments, like when Judy starts to actually like trust him, I was like, oh, he's like actually becoming their uncle or something, like Uncle Peckerhead.
It's almost midnight. It's time for my insulin.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Everything okay?
Yep. Just tucked Peck in for the night.
Something tells me I'm missing something wonderful right here.
He knows he doesn't need to sleep in the van, right?
No.
Just him on a couch with his shirt off. Yeah,
What
it's
is
pretty
that
nice.
God damn
tattoo of?
Oh, he's got a tattoo?
It's
Well,
I can't think it's not the Scouts, is it?
no. I don't know what it means, but it's the symbol of the Patriots. It's the Patriots logo, but I'm sure that's not what he's
okay.
referencing.
everyone else seems to.
I thought you were going to say that it was like a Chinese symbol or something.
No.
And you know how careful you have to be when you get those things. I heard a story about this guy who got like
We could.
who got like Chinese symbols across his stomach, and he took his shirt off to go to. Oh God, he took his shirt off at the
Been in the
beach.
bedroom. Just better.
He took his shirt off at the beach, and there were these girls who were laughing at him, and he was like, "What?" And it turned out that what he had tattooed across his stomach was something like "I'd love to suck dick" or something like that.
Yeah, I believe it.
I was gonna do that to someone. I had an ex-friend, and her boyfriend was a real dickhead, but he wanted to borrow one of my jackets that an old one that I had to go to China, and I said, "Yeah, sure thing." And I was gonna get it stitched in some Chinese writing. That was embarrassing, but it didn't end up happening, so that was all right. But
No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to put any negative energy out there.
I'm a very I've got a very cold anger, so I can plan ahead.
Gummy worms. Do you have gummy worms down there?
We have something similar. Yeah.
You bake.
I like the sour ones.
Yes, we've got the Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, you have Sour Patch Kids. Wow. And they're even called Sour Patch Kids too. That's freaky. That's like really, really bad gay porn.
Well, some people only watch porn, so.
They give your babies a run for their money.
Hot damn. Judy, you bake? We should swap recipes sometime.
Pass.
Somebody's competitive.
You should really try one.
I should try making scones one day.
They're quite
Bitch
easy, I
made
think.
cinnamon rolls today and didn't save me anything.
I still have a whole container full. I'll overnight you some. Yeah, it was my first time. They came out all right, but I think they needed like a top coating of some butter and some cinnamon sugar just to give it a little more flavor. They weren't bad, but
The cinnamon
good
rolls?
first attempt. Yeah.
Okay.
When I was doing my mobility training with my instructor, he took me down to this one of the main subway stations in Philly, and there's a bunch of like eateries, and I was trying to focus on what he was saying, but I couldn't because there was a Cinnabon within very close proximity. And all I kept thinking was, I want a Cinnabon.
Completely missing what he's telling you.
Yeah, and it was imperative information, too.
Second to last, so.
And what do you play?
I actually even said, do I smell Cinnabon? And he just went, yeah, and kept talking. Oh, he didn't play around, my instructor. Oh, no.
Aw.
There was another time where I asked, he was telling me something, and I stopped him, and because I saw his last name somewhere or heard it, and I was like, is your last name French? And he was like, no, it's Italian. Anyway, so and he just kept going.
You're just trying to like make a little small talk before the lesson.
Yeah, well, this was in the middle of one.
Or yeah, in between.
Yeah, small talk he didn't do at all.
It's like an escort.
Yeah.
I'm not being paid to talk.
This is our first.
4 days for now. I gotta tell you though.
She's meeting this guy for the first time.
When you guys get there, you'll see.
And it really did bug me when he put the pack of cigarettes in his pocket. I'm like, dude, those are hers, you asshole.
I didn't get that part.
Just to kind of show that he's an asshole and he
Yes.
doesn't care.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So yeah, at first
It's like,
I thought
hey,
it was
can I
just the
bum a
lighter,
cigarette?
but the whole cigarette packet is like, fucking hell.
It's like you went up to her, asked her for a cigarette, and then you're just gonna take her pack? Fuck you.
Mm.
Can I get that back?
And
Oh, is that what she asks for?
Mm.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't get it.
And then cuntily just
He-
tossing it at her, like, oh.
Again, he throws him on the ground. He's a fucking asshole.
Oh. Yeah, I was confused because he said thanks for the cigarette, and she said, "Can I get that back?" I thought she was talking about the cigarette. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's confusing.
That's weird to say.
Yeah. This has definitely got to be late '90s because if this was based in today, they would not be smoking.
I know, right? They'd be vaping.
Here, it was
Vaping,
here where I
yeah.
thought that local band, like bands today, might have like USB sticks with their songs on it.
The front sleeve.
Mhm.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Although I was
Yeah.
in Times Square and was
Available
given
on
a CD.
iTunes.
But,
Be sure to stop back again.
well, I had to purchase the CD from someone.
Yeah, I heard that a lot of comedians do that now too. They'll sell USB flash drives with their sets on it.
Yeah.
I have not heard of that.
I hadn't heard of that, but I can imagine like that's the future of demo tapes, and then at least people get to use it if they don't.
Yeah,
like
because
they get to
because
re-record over it.
nobody's. Well, yeah, because I mean, I doubt there's much room on there. They probably get them with like half a gig,
Yeah.
but if that. But yeah, I mean, you can't very well sell CDs anymore.
Hi, are you selling the Dead demo?
Oh, you bet.
I'll take one. Actually,
Yeah, not with vinyl on the comeback.
Yeah. But-
I'm waiting for A-Tracks to come back.
Give it time.
I'm thankful
mean,
I didn't
'cause-
get into Laserdisc.
I never did, but I used to look at them all the time at Tower Records because they used to have some decent
Oh, shit.
stock of them. But what I didn't like, well, I knew that I wouldn't be able to afford them because the movies themselves are all like $35 a piece. But what I didn't like, because I would look at the artwork on the back, and I was like, "What? You got to turn this over?"
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And aren't the discs like extremely delicate?
Oh, I don't know. I've never handled one, but yeah, they're two-sided. You got to flip them, unless you had a player that could play
Break
both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were massive too. They're massive, right?
Yeah, they were like
Mm.
records.
an actual. Yeah, but like they're like a little bit bigger than a
A
record.
little,
right?
yeah.
So I was just pouring myself a drink and a little bit splashed onto the keyboard.
Oh.
Is that what that beeping was?
No, that was what my oh shit.
Let's do this.
Come on, Judy. It's barely 11.
Metalheads in the fucking parking lot.
Dude, he just opened some beers.
Um,
Making him sleep outside.
laser discs really weren't even. The quality really wasn't even that stellar. It's like only a step up from VHS.
Really?
Yeah, the main thing about laser discs was you got to hear director commentaries for the first time and extras and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When did they come about? Like, was it just
Like
It was just
the
before
early-
like
DVDs.
just before DVDs, right?
Yeah.
DVDs were 94.
Or a couple years before.
So it was like maybe the early 90s.
Okay.
Yo, put your head down so we can get the top.
I remember I used to have a video guide that I used to get and I used to get, well, for like 4 years I got one every year, the updated version.
We're so
Video Hound's Golden Movie Retriever, and it was like a fucking phone book, and
Yeah.
it was the only one that I used to get because it was like the most complete video guide that I'd ever seen, and it had all kinds of B movies and stuff in it. But in the back, they actually had a section for movies that were available on DVD. And it was only like 2 columns.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess they thought that it was going to be... Well, I know I sure did. I thought that DVDs were going to come and go.
Yeah.
I kind of had an inkling that they were going to stick around, and that they would grow into what they are now. I mean, I didn't expect the massive thing that they became, but you know, I knew that DVDs were here to stay. But now it's all about the Blu-ray.
Well, for the people who like physical media.
Oh yeah, I do. I mean, I can appreciate like digital stuff and digital copies and all that, but I'm still just a big fan of something tangible in my hand that I can look at.
Yeah, I bet you do. But one thing that I never did was I never put that code in that came with the Blu-rays for the digital copy. I never did that.
The 4K thing.
No.
The digital copy for your computer or tablet.
They would have, they would have like there would be like a sticker with a code in it, and you have to go to the website. And I think, couldn't you get them on Vudu or something?
Yeah, there was Vudu, movie, movie something. But yeah, I mean, it was Ultraviolet for a minute. I think they partnered with Google. But you can pretty much, you choose the format of where you want it to be. Either Vudu, Google, or whatever the third one is. And yeah, you just put it in there in your digital library. And the codes are good for years.
No, not from what I heard.
I used a code that was like 5 years old.
I heard they expire after, well, most of them expire after like a year. And sometimes you have to call the company to get a new code.
I mean, I haven't had that experience. I bought the Evil Dead remake on Blu-ray, and it came with the digital copy, but I lost that. I think I put it in a book somewhere, and then I found it like 3 or 4 years later, and I typed it in, and it was still good.
Oh, good. So you have a digital copy then, so we can do a commentary for that one.
I do.
That is one that I've been wanting to do a commentary for.
Sweet.
I was going to get a DVD because I have the Blu-ray. I was going to get the DVD from the library, but fucking oh boy, it doesn't look like I'm going to get anything that I put on reserve.
Just drifting off. I had a friend who he had an obsession. He wanted to meet an amputee so he could try fisting.
Oh my god.
Well, but it wouldn't technically be it because like there wouldn't be a fist.
It would be nubbing.
Yes.
Well, there's unfortunately fetish porn.
Yeah, everybody's got their thing.
No kink shaming here.
Yeah. Was it you, Tony? Are you the friend?
Well, you can't see me do air quotes. But no, just to clarify.
I mean, it's a weird thing to have, but you know, hey, more power if you want to give it a shot.
I'm not into anything weird. I tried handcuffs once.
Oh.
And after 30...
That's not so bad.
Well, It was uncomfortable. After 30 seconds, I was like, this isn't working for me. I was uncomfortable
yeah.
and they hurt.
the pantyhose, and the worst part was buying it.
Oh my god. First of all, why did you own pantyhose?
I had to buy it. No, it was for that use.
I have there are these leather padded cuffs with a chain in between, so you know that's a lot more comfortable. Just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going down this road,
Well, you got to consider
well-
comfort. You got to consider the comfort.
indeed, and we did, and they've come in handy. They're fun.
Does it look like she's getting good?
We also have
Isn't she
this
dancing?
strap that goes underneath the mattress.
A what?
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. So something that shakes the mattress.
It goes underneath the mattress, and there are these straps, so you know they tie you down, and you just kind of have everything spread open there.
Oh my god.
Oh, so it's almost like an under mattress sling.
Yes, we're learning so much about each other.
First of all, I think you're oversharing.
There's no such thing.
Oh, come on. It's a podcast. And if that's the worst thing that's happening, I think we're doing all right. God, I want to take that freaking thing out of his nose and just rip it out.
What does he have?
Looks
A
like a
septum
cow.
piercing?
Yes, and it's massive.
Ugh.
It's like those big bulls from the cartoons that you see.
Is that right?
Cool jacket though.
Not attractive.
That's what he said.
No.
Weird.
For me, it's like the mohawks being made out of thinning hair.
I think this lineup was made in hair. Listen attention to the fans who came out to see us. You know, Bernardsville is kind of a home away from home for us. And from what I understand, your band is greener than sugar snaps.
I see.
Do you have any piercings, James?
You do?
Um,
To hear.
Oh no.
yes, but I don't wear them anymore. My ear is pierced and my tongue is pierced.
Okay.
Oh no. There's been
I had my eyebrow pierced for a minute, and I really liked that one. But, yeah.
What was that?
It closed up.
We are closing out the show. Your band.
And what about you, Brandon?
For our band.
No. I used to have my ear pierced, but I haven't had a ring in it since I was in high school.
Beanstalk or
Yeah,
not,
same here. Well,
you
no.
don't want to mess with this giant.
I put something in just for shits and giggles, but I never leave it in.
For what?
And mine never closed.
For my 30th birthday, I got myself nipple piercings.
Oh.
I hear getting your nipples pierced hurts.
Yeah.
I didn't find it painful at all.
Oh.
I kind of felt like it was. I don't know why I described it this way. I kind of felt like it was being pushed through with like a toothpick, like something
Oh.
splintering. But no,
Now,
it was
is
all
it-
fine. It was, numb after the fact and
Yeah.
a bit tender with a t-shirt, but they're still in, and I haven't had any problems with them.
Is it true that when you get your nipples pierced, they're like kind of permanently hard?
No,
I would assume.
no.
Or is that just.
Well, it
And you got
depends
me
on what
feeling-
kind of.
No, I'm feeling them now. They're not hard.
Well, what kind do you have? Do you have like those little like barbell ones?
Yeah, they look like barbells. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you have like the rings, then I would assume. Yeah.
No, but it's the same process. It's the same thing.
Yeah. But I would think you would get more stimulation out of the ring.
Because there's a little flip action going?
Shh. Yeah, you give you a little tug.
dragging the nipples down. Although next time, when you
put a little
sneeze,
chain
I think
leash through.
your nipples go hard. So next time
How
you
does that
sneeze, just give them a try.
He,
Do you know if he's
He
the
sounds-
actual singer?
I don't know, but he sounds very Billy Joe from Green Day.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, he does. But I mean, clearly they can all play on some level, whether or not they're actually in a band. Max is in a band, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And what about the girls?
I don't know.
I feel like watching this, I got the feeling that it was a movie made by musicians.
Yeah.
God, I think there's something crawling on my roof. I keep hearing
Oh.
something.
Uh-oh. Tony, have you ever found a snake at your house?
Well, I used to live in the hills, and I found a baby snake, but and on the drive home, I ran over a snake, but I've never actually experienced a snake. I'm glad, because here I'm in the suburbs. They're not too close.
That's good.
And we've got 2 dogs, so they walk around, and the snakes don't. They're very shy, so they don't like to be around things.
Yeah, I watched that show on Prime, Snake Boss. About it was a lady that was a baker for years, and then she found her calling in catching snakes, and now she does that full time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it takes place in Australia. That's why I bring it up. And it's just, some of the snakes that they have there, I'm just like, no.
Well, whereabouts
Yeah,
is
I
she
heard-
based?
Huh?
Whereabouts is she based in Australia?
I think somewhere around the Sydney area.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I was the ones up north, like Queensland way, they're more like the green python. They're not harmless, but they're not dangerous. Whereas the ones like Sydney and Adelaide way, especially, is we get the brown snake, which is I think the most poisonous in the world, and the
those
the
were
red
apparently,
belly
like,
black
her
snakes.
favorite to catch. Oh, like I love snakes. I'm fascinated by them, and I love the services that they provide and keeping the rodent population in check. But they scare the shit out of me.
I don't like. I remember now. This was walking by my mum's house. They've got a river in the back and a pathway, and a snake slithered across. But that's about as close as I've gotten.
Yeah.
I was actually most scared of the one that I ran over, because oftentimes they'll loop themselves into the wheel, and then when you step out, they're angry. So-
Oh God, yeah. Jeez, I didn't even think of that.
You and I haven't exactly seen eye to eye. So
Remember when Britney performed with a boa constrictor and it was so controversial?
Oh my God.
All she did was have it on her shoulders, and everyone was like, "Oh my god!"
I know,
Yes.
and it was only for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, and then she gave it to the handler,
All right, like bitch could.
and then she went on lip syncing.
with her auto tune.
See, what I didn't
Yes,
like.
Brittany, we know it's auto tune.
In saying that, I remember all of her backlash back in the day, and then I watched that documentary about her recently, and I feel like the media that's supporting her now is the same media that was hating her back then.
Yeah,
Seriously.
definitely.
Yeah, and what's up with all that like free Britney stuff? Like what?
It's because her dad's her conservator, and it's quite weird because he's trying to say that he has to look after her because she's basically got dementia, yet she can be forced to perform nightly for years on end.
Yeah, right.
If you can perform a choreographed show 2 hours a night, you don't have dementia.
Or it could be like one of those marionette situations in A Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
I trust you.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
So, she made a splash, and then it didn't last, and then she went crazy.
Okay, you leave Brittany alone.
Never.
You need
I'm
to
Christina all
screen
the
that.
way.
Christina's such a cunt.
No, she's
I'm sure
not.
she is, but damn it, I love her.
I feel bad that she sort of fell off the radar.
Pecker.
Well, she's like married and has kids now.
And
Well,
she's
I
a
didn't mind
cunt.
the album that she fell off from Bionic. I didn't mind, and then that was sort of people didn't like that, and then the ones after that never saved her.
Yeah. I mean, didn't she just come out with one within the past couple of years?
Who the fuck cares?
Well, apparently we
To
do.
quote Ali Sheedy from the Breakfast Club, I care. She had the last hit I remember was with Maroon 5, which I'm not a fan of. But
Ugh, that was the worst song ever.
Maroon 5 has like one song that I semi-enjoy, and that's it.
She Will Be Loved, right?
No, it was that Harder to Breathe song.
I think that was
Proud
like
to say I
before
don't
their
know
big
that one.
hits, yeah. Something like people find him so attractive, but whenever I see him, and this is weird, I think he would have a really ugly orgasm face. And I don't know why I think that would have. Whenever I see his face, I'm like, I don't want to see your orgasm. See, this band could easily be in Portlandia. That's why it got me thinking of them.
Valerie Bertinelli was on Howard Stern. Well, it was because he's on vacation, but he was playing an old interview with her from like 6 or 7 years ago, and she said that she was in a restaurant and she went up to Christina Aguilera and said that she didn't say, "Hi, I'm Valerie Bertinelli" or anything like that. She just said, I'm such a big fan of your music and blah blah blah. And Christina wouldn't even look at her. She just kept rolling her eyes like, ugh, go away.
Aww.
Well, it could be
I've
that
heard
Valerie
this before.
expected more because she's Valerie.
Well,
I mean, some people just want to be left the hell alone.
and some people are just cunts.
Yeah, yes.
Good luck out there, okay?
He dropped the spirit stick.
I used to love when on Punk'd, you would see how some celebrities really are before they knew that it was a joke.
True colors are showing.
Yeah, I remember Ashanti was such a cunt.
If
That's
I
why
was
she's
doing
not around
shots every
anymore.
time you said cunt, I'd be like
Well, that's my
calling
word
an
tonight.
ambulance by now.
Well, I should probably
Come on,
stop before I get canceled.
Talk, Max, talk.
Oh my god, why don't you fucking marry him?
We're done. If anyone has a place for us to crash tonight, that would be most excellent. We got some demos and t-shirts for sale. This is our last song. It goes out to our buddy Peck.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Aww.
I think she's really singing. What do you guys think?
I think they are.
She's not bad for this kind of band.
She reminds me of the lead singer of the Screaming Females.
I don't even know who that is.
They're a girl group. They toured with Garbage years ago. And yeah. There's just similarities
Yeah.
within the features. But she still reminds me of another actress that I can't put my finger on. I just want to rip that freaking thing out of his nose.
And it never
Seriously, it's
happens.
just-
Yeah.
I know, when he was at the window, like, I really wanted her to just, like, pull it. It's like, you know what, motherfucker? Yeah, I'm going before you, and you're gonna like it.
So how was my stage banter? Did I bring it?
It was adequate.
Oh, it was rotten.
I second that. Very proud, Maxwell.
Adequate.
Hey, you guys were so good. Do you have any music for sale or?
Max, demo the girl.
Thanks.
It makes me want to make a mixtape so bad.
We are indeed.
I missed that.
I still make mixed CDs, but that's because I've got a CD player in the car.
Really?
Aw,
You're sure she wouldn't?
I need to get a new one.
I would even take that.
We already have another band
I
stand.
don't even have a CD player.
Who's the other band?
Anywhere?
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, that's so sad.
Turf War.
You got a DVD player.
Even walks like a
Yeah. But that's... Who the fuck? That's like what... When I was in my early 20s, that was like what like poor people did when they got their first apartment. Like, because they didn't have stereos, so they would just listen to CDs on their DVD player through the TV.
Yes. That's what I used to do.
Mhm.
There's no shame in it.
Exactly. You need to build a bridge.
More body mass and all that. You guys understand, right?
Although, something I meant to ask is, I feel like there's no reason why his name is Peckerhead. Like, of all the names, they could have given him anything else.
That's what his father called him.
Yeah, but it didn't really play into anything. It's just...
Yeah, they don't fully develop it.
It's just a name.
Yeah.
It's
A Peckerhead by any other name would smell as sweet.
drive through the night.
Until midnight.
Yes.
We can make this work.
Yeah. I mean, it is getting late.
Okay.
Well, I hated the explanation for Pecker's name in
You snore
the
like a
John
son of a
Waters
bitch, so I don't
movie.
think this is like a selfless gesture.
What was the explanation?
We just need to get this
Because he didn't eat, he only pecked at his food.
Oh, well, that's better than Miley Cyrus.
You get what you need from the
Oh,
band,
God.
I'll hit the hike.
What is her nickname?
Well, her proper name is something really, something. But they kept calling her Smiley because she kept smiling.
That's
It
original.
was something like, like Melody, was it? It was a real, like,
all of our shit.
I don't want to say, please forgive
James,
me.
look it
It
up.
was a real hillbilly name.
Miley Cyrus nickname?
No, her birth name.
Bedtime.
Alright, let's see what we got. Destiny Hope Cyrus.
Yes.
Where the fuck did they get Miley?
Because she kept smiling. She kept smiling.
So they just took off the S and called her Miley?
Oh, well, I think they called her Smiley, and then she took off the S.
Smiley Cyrus? That's too many sounds.
Yes.
I think
death.
I think that Miley Cyrus is it's too I don't
Too
like that.
Too I.
There's two Y's and I don't like it. But Destiny was what every teenage girl in my high school who got pregnant named their baby.
Oh,
If it was a girl.
They thought they were being so deep and so whatever.
Well, I had a couple at my last job who named their child Miracle. I rolled my eyes so hard.
Oh my god.
Because I could just imagine them saying, "She's our little miracle."
It's like,
Because we couldn't conceive, and then all of a sudden,
it's like if you're gonna, I'm all for like giving a name that means miracle, but to just name the kid Miracle, like, come on.
Of course. Namaste.
God.
And that door's
No. WD-40, dude. WD-40.
The show. Fear not. We'll just make sure to stop by the venue in case the Queens need a last-minute replacement.
okay, now he's just being a cunt.
Yes, he is.
Now all we have to do is round up your white trash roadie and we'll be on our way.
Oh no.
Otherworldly growl. Oh, so he actually squished the dude with the door?
Yeah.
I think I missed that the first time. That's funny. Aw, poor little old lady.
That was pretty wild back there.
I actually felt a bit sorry for him because they're still trying to keep it light, but everyone's really now traumatized.
Yeah. Don't look! Don't look!
I just love that they have to show up at like their biggest gig ever, and they're covered in blood and diarrhea.
Yes.
It's so punk.
Well, there was that punk singer that used to shit on stage.
Ew, seriously?
Yeah. Like, because yeah, the ex-friend I was talking about, the boyfriend was her future husband was a music teacher, and like his students will say how they love punk, and like, but they'd be talking about like, say, Green Day, or not Green Day, the other one, Good Charlotte. And so say, oh, if you want to know what real punk is, then because punk is quite like visually aggressive.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what we got for trivia on here.
Not much.
Max, played by Jeff Riddle, is a real-life musician, Philadelphia, a band called $500. Well, that's fun. Film cast features multiple members of the Chris Gethard Show, including David Blovband and Shannon O'Neill.
Now, do you reckon his last name is Gethard or Gethard?
Oh.
I wasn't sure.
I think it's pronounced Gethard, but yeah, split it apart, get hard.
If it was a porno name.
Oh, absolutely. Chris Gethard. Sounds more like a command.
Oh my god.
Yes, exactly.
Chris, I'm just gonna stop there.
Well, the first time I read my nephew a Wiggles book, there's a character called Captain Feathersword, and I kept calling him Feathers Word, but
How many people have you killed since we started this tour? Don't lie to us.
Do you have the big comfy couch down there,
Counting the four back there?
Tony?
the big comfy couch. No,
No.
we had Blue's Clues.
Mm.
I mean, we
You've
may
seen-
do, but I don't watch kids TV.
Well, you've seen it before, haven't you, James?
It sounds familiar. I don't think I've actually watched it.
I can't remember the girl's name, but she had like painted freckles on and pigtails. But at the beginning,
Longstocking?
yes, that's her. But at the beginning of every single episode, she used to do this really perverse thing where she would lie down on a clock, and her legs would go to every single number, and like it would be like almost full beef. But like she was contorting herself in some very inappropriate positions for children viewing.
Did you get a tingling in your boxes?
I think I remember seeing this in passing when I was a kid, but I never actually watched it because that girl's creepy.
Shit, is that shit?
No. Van broke down in mud. Maybe some who I don't know.
How pumped.
We used to have a show, it's still around, called Play School. And they'd, amongst other things, they'd read a book to the kids. And then at the end, they'd say, and that's the end of the story. And I still use that whenever I've got a story that leads nowhere. I'm just like...
Did they spell it PLAYSKOOL?
No, it's like 45 years old, I think. So.
Oh. Do you have Fisher Price down there?
The brand, yeah.
Okay. No Lucky Charms, but you have Fisher Price.
we have Sesame Street as well.
You got Reese's peanut butter cups?
We do. But they're not very, very popular. You'll find them at service stations, and you might find one at the local supermarket.
What's your grocery store? Like your big chain grocery store?
The one that's close to here is called Woolworths, which is not like the one that was there.
Oh.
And there's also another one called Coles, but again, not like the one that's there.
Hi, Judy.
That's so weird.
Not
It's
the
like
clothing
Bizarro
store.
World.
Of course you are. I know.
And we've got the IGAs for the independent grocers.
Band is great. That's cool.
It's like, hi, this is Old Navy, but we sell sex toys.
Thank you.
No, Coles is spelled with a COLES.
Women, your band, we love.
Like the actual name or traditional spelling of coal?
Yeah.
Very nervous.
So Coles and Woolies are the oligopoly.
You know, nerves are good. So what's the plan for the next release?
We just
I hate her hairstyle. Not gonna lie.
Oh, yes, me too. that shaved head mullet. Side mullet.
No, dude. Pick one. Have long hair or no hair. Don't do both.
I didn't like it when Rihanna did something similar.
Totally.
Yeah, but she's Rihanna.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, Rihanna.
Has this woman, Shannon O'Neill? Is she a rocker?
I think so.
I'd assume so.
Who?
But with Rihanna's style, like there was still hair on the other side, you know? Like it
Okay,
wasn't
first of all,
shaved.
they were all wigs. Let's just say it like it is. We're not talking
Wigs.
about.
They're synthetic hair pieces.
It's real hair. Horse's hair.
Where's the girl and her grandmother?
Yeah, we get some women that come in from time to time because part of our salon, which is now a boutique, was a wig store, and every once in a while these women will come in. They're like, "Is this the wig store? Like, what? Where are the wigs?" I'm like, "We don't sell wigs. I'm sorry."
I don't think you have the authority to make that decision.
Let me sweep you up some wig. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Yeah, seriously. We've got extensions. If you want to pay $600. Oh shit, here comes the blackmail.
You're gonna let them go and drive off. And if you don't, I'm gonna call the cops
I always wanted to
blackmail someone.
Sorry. No, I was actually going to say something really noble, and now you fucked it up.
So what if you always wanted to do?
I always wanted to grow my hair out really long, and then get it cut so that it could be made for a wig for somebody with cancer.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh. Apparently a lot of wigs of human hair comes from India or area because they don't cut their hair but like once in a lifetime or something quite significant.
Knock 'em dead, y'all.
I know it's crazy when someone has hair so long that it's past their ass. Like it's just.
Mm.
Remember
Well, I
when,
hate those long nails when they curl around, and it's
Oh my
disgusting.
God.
Ah.
That terrifies me.
Remember when Celine Dion wouldn't cut her kids' hair? It was like down to the floor.
No, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, they didn't get
Their
a
hair
haircut
would go
until they
on.
were.
Sorry.
But boom.
You two are a match made in cornball heaven.
Oh, come on, that was funny.
Yeah. You gotta smile.
Yeah, isn't Celine Dion like a hippie of a mom? Like lets her 8-year-old make his own decisions. No, I'm sorry,
Well, she's
decisions.
like a Montessori mum.
But didn't her husband pass away recently?
Yeah. Not too recently, but yeah, I think.
Within the past few years?
Yeah.
Yeah, thought so. I love the music.
It would surprise
Like
me if this didn't have a vinyl soundtrack.
Yeah, that's something to look into.
What?
Oh no, just they had Max in orange.
Aww.
Oh, that's.
No one looks good in orange.
I bought an orange jumper to for want to dress up as Velma for Halloween.
Nice.
Do you have the giant glasses?
I did. I took my sister's sunglasses and took out the lens.
Now you've got to at least do the gag where you're searching for your glasses at least once throughout the night. My glasses! I can't see a thing.
This is something I
After
used
all
to
of
sort
that-
of do at my old job.
What, hug and jump?
Well, I used to work in a cafe like that would change menus, like from breakfast to lunch. And whenever people would come in asking for a breakfast menu late, I'd go into the back of the kitchen where they could still see us but not hear us, and I'd say, like, give me your hands and let's jump at the same time, like so that the customer could see us celebrating. And then I'd come out and say, oh, so we don't have what you want.
I don't get it.
And that's the end of the story.
Just something silly that they used to do.
This guy really does sound like Billy Joe.
Right?
The Piano Man? I'm just joking. Sorry. I know who you're
Wrong
talking
Billy.
about.
I wonder if, like, what we see in the movie is actually his personality in real life.
Well, he's an actor, so I would
but
say
he's in-
no.
Yeah, but I mean,
He's
it's
in a
not too
band.
far of a stretch for him, you know? I mean, as far as, being in a band goes, but...
And he's only been in one other thing. Like, it could be that the acting's just a side hustle.
Uncle Peck is in the audience. Why would you not move away? I mean, seriously. If some bullshit happened to me where I ended up in jail for almost a year, yeah, I'd be out of there. Change your name, change your look, change your profession.
Become an opera singer.
Exactly. Oh, fuck.
Oh, I feel they should have done a happier ending. Like, they could have shot to him, like, dancing really crazy or something. It was just
It's
such a
okay,
nice,
bitch.
like, it was a good, but for being a, you know, homicidal creature, it was a good character.
Yeah.
I would assume he was murdering the whole audience.
Yeah. Well, they were all screaming.
Yeah, that's the takeaway from it.
So, like, I guess that's supposed to mean whenever they play a show, he's going to show up and just kill everybody.
Well, if they play into midnight.
Which only happens in clubs, which is what they do.
And I don't think that they'd play after that. Like, if you're being stalked by Uncle Peckerhead.
Right? Uncle Peckerhead. Alright, when do we get the sequel?
We should write it.
I like it.
Did you ever watch the movie Garage Days?
No.
It's sort of, I was getting similar vibes. It's just about a garage band that's trying to make it and getting their demo out. Obviously without a killer, but it's from the director who did like Dark City and The Crow.
Oh, wow.
So it was sort of his
Dark
like
City
little
was a weird
homage to
movie.
his old garage band days.
Dark City, that was not a good movie.
It was just weird.
I want to give that another try because I feel like I watched it at too young an age to really appreciate it.
Yeah. Maybe. I think I was like, I don't know, 10 or 11 when I saw it, and I couldn't follow it.
Here we
Oh, Lord of Illusions. I never finished that one.
So there was something from Toxic Avenger 2 in there, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, they were watching it on TV when they were staying at the girl's house with their grandmother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were watching it on the TV.
And in case you forgot, we're watching Uncle Peckerhead.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not anymore. It's over.
Wah, wah. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Totally. I look forward to what this guy does next. Director. What's his name? Lawrence? Something Lawrence?
Matthew something Lawrence.
Now I can use the internet. I worry that if I start doing things, then it would just interrupt the feed.
I know. I just what?
Matthew John Lawrence. That was the dude's name.
Well, if you have it up, oh god. If you have his name up, why don't you tell us what else he's done?
A producer for Larry Gone Demon. He's done some producing. 2 Pints Lighter, Shoebox Redhead. A lot of producing, some direct one. A few shorts prior to Peckerhead. Larry Gone Demon, Pints Lighter, Enter the Beard, Shoebox Redhead, and Stripper Cake.
Into the beard.
Stripper Cake.
Yeah. Yeah. And these are all since 2007. Let's see. And probably writer for the same ones. Editor, let me guess, the same ones. So, yeah.
It reminded me a little bit of
mainstream
The
yet,
Devil's
but-
Playground.
No.
No, by way of, because I find that to be a death metal movie with a horror background, and this was like a grunge metal movie with a horror background.
This made me think more of Deathgasm. Deathgasm? Anyone?
Haven't seen it.
No.
It's
It
a
sounds
Kiwi
like a snuff movie.
so you should at least have heard of it.
Maybe. No, I don't think I have. There was another Kiwi movie that I wanted to watch, but it's not that one. Because I'd remember that name.
Mm-hmm.
What was that about?
Wow. My digital collection is building.
What, for movies that I sent you?
Oh, no, on my Voodoo account. But yeah, that too.
Have you been keeping everything, Tony?
I've been what, sorry?
Have you been keeping all the files?
Well, I've been putting them onto USB.
Mm-hmm. Have you
I
shown
reckon my
Matt
nephew
any
would
of the
like
movies?
this one, just because he likes a bit of horror.
Sweet.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 22.
Oh, right on. Even better.
Even better. I think he has plans.
No, I don't. Just saying, when you're in your 20s, you can really get a good appreciation for the horror genre.
Well, I started back into it in the in my teens, probably around. Speaking of American, do you have SWAT vac?
What?
Swap vac?
Yeah.
No.
Well, before like year 11 and 12 exams, you get 2 weeks of holidays to study, and that's what it's called. So during my study period, I got back into my horror phase, and rewatched all of my like Nightmare on Elm Streets and stuff like that, and then started expanding on that.
There you go.
You're so
I'm
vanilla.
so fascinated by the swap vac thing.
It was making me think of that wax vac thing that came out like 10 years ago. That was a total ripoff. It was like a little hair dryer that you stuck in your ear.
Oh my goodness.
A hairdryer that you put in your ear.
Well, it looked like one, but it was supposed to suck the wax out of your ear, but it didn't do anything.
I remember that thing. Yeah.
So I've just sent James
you lay your head to the side and then you stick it out and then light it on fire. And then
No.
it's supposed to...
That's an ear candle.
Yeah, and they don't do anything either.
No,
They're
I've tried that
very
once and
dangerous.
it was hopeless.
You know, my ear, nose, and throat actually recommended that I use ear candles because I tend to get a lot of ear infections.
Yeah.
What's that ear vac thing you were talking about?
I just explained the whole thing.
It sounds like
it
a
looks like
vacuum
a
cleaner
little
for the brain.
It looks like a little mini hair dryer.
Right.
But it
And
sucks.
It's supposed to, like any good date, but it doesn't. It doesn't do anything. Like it has like, you know, it's like a gun. And if you put your finger on the end of it, it doesn't do anything. There's no suction whatsoever. Like a bad date. Like somebody, I'm not buying dinner. again.
You should have bought them lobster.
Yeah, that's guaranteed something.
Does Red
No, we
Lobster
don't have
count?
anything like that.
Okay. You don't have a lot of things down there, but you have snakes that can open doors.
Yes, well, we train them well.
but you have
Actually, I remember
koalas, so-
there was a time, there's a famous beach down this way that it's in the, it's actually within the city, but a brown snake came along, and so all the gays started running out.
Oh, goodness.
Were they squealing?
Well, I'm sure that some of them were screaming about a big brown snakes, and then other people started coming in thinking the wrong thing.
Right. And then the woman from The Dirty Shame started clapping her hands, saying, "No blowjobs."
Yes! I'm a noter.
Okay, so do you guys have any final thoughts on Uncle Peckerhead?
I enjoyed it again. I watched it quite recently, and I enjoyed watching it again. And I'll probably watch it again with my nephew. So,
What about Matt?
I don't know if he'd like it. Actually, I'll see.
What's Matt's favorite movie?
Well, he likes more sci-fi ways, and well, I mean, we watched like Mummy Dearest the other day. That was fun.
Great movie.
And yeah, I can't think. He's gotten a few things on Amazon, not on Apple TV. Sorry, and I can't even remember what they were now. Oh, we watched the Hindenburg disaster movie. That was okay. I didn't like the ending, but.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
so those are your final thoughts.
Yes.
And James, final thoughts?
Yeah, it's still just as good, even the second time around, and picked up a couple of things that I missed the first time. So, yeah, I highly recommend it. It's good for a chuckle.
This was definitely a very low budget endeavor, but I think that he made the most out of everything that he had, and the end result was very good.
Like, you can tell, like, they just had a lot of fun while they were making it.
Yeah, I think so too.
And for a 2020 release during the pandemic, it was a great thing to watch.
Yeah, like, not too serious. Get your mind out of our reality for an hour and a half.
Yeah,
it's very nice.
Especially since we're going to be having a repeat soon.
Crumb.
Well, people won't get vaccinated, so I better not. I'll
leave it
cancel. Yeah.
Yes. No political talk on this channel.
James, are you vaccinated?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Oh my god.
I'm not saying yes, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying I do what I do. And I do what I have to do.
Is there an anal option?
Well, he's got fucking straps that spread everything wide open.
God.
You
got a tourniquet already.
Jesus Christ.
What? Some people like it a little rough. It's
Yeah,
always
there's nothing wrong with it. It's endearing.
And you have nipple piercings and foreskin and
wax play, although that I don't recommend if you're hairy, so it's
ooh, like body of evidence?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, I think we're both a little too hairy for that. I'll pass on that one.
Yeah, it wasn't a great, like, it took forever to take the wax out of every curl. So, oh, God.
Oh, that's why you shave it first.
No, this is that's my money maker.
Oh, your hamburger meat?
No, I was in an ad because of my back hair.
Oh.
Anyway.
No, I was getting back to the body of evidence thing. Remember when they kind of recreated that for the Livin' La Vida Loca video with those girls pouring like the wax on Ricky Martin's chest, and he had to like lean his head back in ecstasy and act like he was liking it.
Because we all knew he was gay.
And meanwhile,
Well, he
he was like,
wasn't into golden
"Where is a
showers."
penis?" Oh,
Ew, seriously?
Yeah. Well, that was the thing where he talks about how it's like
Sure,
it's a
why not?
nice little it's that change in temperature something. I didn't really
what the fuck?
keep the memory of the article verbatim or anything. Sorry,
feel
I'm
you're
sort of
making this
dribbling my
up.
words because I've just finished a bottle.
Oh, a bottle.
Yeah, but it's wine, so it's nothing too harsh.
Oh no, it's just wine. That's okay. It doesn't count if it's wine.
It's 8%.
Uh-huh. 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 Oh my god. What is it, like 11:30
No, it's
in the morning?
it's 1:16 p.m.
There you go.
You say that
Past
like it's
noon.
any
Mm.
better.
There's nothing wrong with a little day drinking.
You're all a bunch of drunks and fetishists. I can't take it anymore.
Well, it's sort of it's incidentally become sort of a routine. So like you're my alcohol inhibitor.
Yeah, and
the
pretty
opposite
soon
of
you're going to
that.
be pissing in the backyard again
Yeah, well, I won't bring the microphone
To
this
each his
time.
own.
in front of poor Mitchell.
He doesn't mind.
Yeah, he was just confused. He didn't know what was happening. He was like, I thought that's what I'm supposed to do.
He was wondering why I wasn't cocking my leg up while I did it.
Oh. Okay. All right. So let's wrap this one up before
On
Tony
that
digs
golden
himself
notch.
any deeper.
God knows what else is going to come out of our mouths if we keep going.
Your mouths. Not me. I just called everybody a cunt.
That's a
Yeah,
dozen.
How could you? That's so rude.
Okay. Wow. All right.
You sound
Okay.
like Vincent Price having an orgasm there.
Who?
Oh. Excuse me. Shall we wrap it up?
I think Tony is drunkity drunk. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up. So as always, I want to thank you guys for joining me for this episode. It was a lot of fun, and I can't believe you drank a whole bottle of wine, but okay. I guess it's better than shots. So okay. Yeah, so I do want to explore that hard porn idea, but we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you see 9 songs available, that's not horror, but it's a bit boring. But anyway.
Okay. Well, thanks to everybody for listening, and until next time, this is Brandon Ford wishing you all unpleasant dreams.